There's an expression I've picked up along the way. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, and sometimes I drop this expression, and sometimes people have no idea what I'm talking about. The expression is wearing the egg on your face. You might have heard of it. You might not have heard of it. But as far as I can tell, that expression talks about, owning up to when you mess up. I've recently messed up. I have. The other day, I ran my mouth from an emotional place. I had an emotional reaction. I didn't take the time to sit with it, and I mouthed off. I'm sometimes like my mother in that way. And as I mouthed off, as I spoke from that emotional place, I lashed out. I would never claim that I'm perfect. I'd never claim that I'm involved. I'd never claim that I am enlightened in that way. I'm very human. I have emotional reactions, and as much as I try to manage them, sometimes they get the better of me. That's what happens. But in that scenario, when I flubbed up, I owned up to that. I apologized to the person. I acknowledged it. I spoke about it. I cleared the air. I did the whole thing. As far as I could tell, I wore the egg on my face. And I think being able to acknowledge that we've done something wrong or we've made a mistake, being able to say, yeah, that was me, I really stepped in it, I'm really sorry, I think is a sign of adulthood. And, what people think of me, none of my business. But what I think of me is my business. And I think being able to own up to our mistakes is a sign of integrity. The message that we have for Sunday, August 11th, the card that I pulled after I knew I was going to talk about this, interestingly enough, was the Ten of Swords. Now, swords are the mind. The 10 is an ending or a finality. Now, I've learned a lesson. I have stepped in it, owned up to it. And I think that really goes well with this, because as much as I might carry around shame, I put an end to the situation. I diffused the situation by going, whoa, I made a mistake. And there's a sense of ending here. With that being said, we look at the details in this card and we see a little bit of that yellow sky right there. So yeah, it's dark and cloudy. I messed up. But because I had the ability to apologize and own up and wear the egg on my face, I know the air will clear. So think of all the opportunities that you have every day to own up to something that you might have done inappropriately. And as you sit with that and you take that opportunity, think about how that comes from a place of integrity.